Hello chat, hello. Maybe this is your first time, but we are in 3D now. It's your first time seeing Niner in 3D, then congrats! We become very movable nowadays. I'm happy to be here, and today I wanna watch a new video called the Matchless Kungfu Review Beggar Edition by our lovely Seth. I just realized SsethTzeentach. Is that like a Warhammer 40k reference? What is Tzeentach? Wait, yeah, isn't Tzeentach also the Warhammer 40k Chaos God? Okay, off topic, sorry. Recently I'm really into Warhammer 40k. I've been building figurine and I also been watching a lot of Warhammer stuff, and we stream my figure building, so if you're interested, come and drop by. This video is highly recommended by commentary from YouTube. When we watch the amazing cultivation simulator, people in the comments say, oh, if you like this, you should watch the Matchless Kungfu review. You know, from the title, I can already tell definitely it's related to my Asian roots, right? And I was looking at the profile picture for this video, and I was like, what is that? Like, literally, what is that? Is that a dog with a lot of boob? At this moment, I have to zoom in to check it. Like, I'm still not sure. Is that dog with a lot of boob, and there is one more dog in the behind and looking at those baby dogs? Like, the whole picture, I just have so many questions. And why is this the profile picture for a Kung Fu game review? You know what I'm saying? What? But anyway, let's watch it. I think this is gonna be a very fun watch. Especially the video is made from 1 year ago. Look at that time, already making me feel so much better. If you know that I watched the Seth video from like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, every time I'm worried about editing them, I'm sure this one will be fine. You know, this one will be totally fine. Let's do it.
Domain expansion. Immaculate crack rock.
Oh, Seth also watch anime? Cool.
Domain expansion. Homeless fist.
Oh.
Hey, disciples. Seth here. Let me tell you about a game that's transfixed and captivated me for the past many days. The Matchless Kungfu is an immersive sim that shows what life would be like if every man, woman, and child was trained in the martial arts.
Wow.
That is to say, life would not last very long. This
Really?
game takes place in the genre of wuxia. This is
Another wuxia one. Oh, interesting. Previously, we talked about wuxia is... Oh, what's the correct definition? I forgot again. Right here is a meme saying, after work, you should play with your shovel? Huh? Is that a Chinese meme that I don't get? Okay, just to refresh everyone's memory, wuxia is a popular genre of Chinese historical fantasy fiction featuring martial arts and chivalrous heroes who fight for justice and uphold a code of honor with historically inspiring setting. Why do I feel like this is the different definition from my research on wuxia last time? Did they update this? But yeah, it's basically fantasy hero story and you can use magic power.
Chinese sword fantasy fiction, but a little more grounded than some I've covered in the past.
Oh.
The game works like this. You play a world simulation where everyone has their own desires and motivation, which you...
Oh my, this graphic is very good. Look at that 4K 3D modeling. Wow.
expand by putting down plots of land. These are pre-made areas containing a challenge. If you finish an objective, you can place more land, and you keep going until, inevitably, a Shaolin master breaks your spine.
Oh,
You're not
no.
expected to win from the first or second try. The
Yeah?
actions you took in a past life will influence the next through karma, and you're not expected to understand any of this. That's why
There's so much information dumping on me in like 50 seconds. And I'm Chinese, by the way. What?
I don't have to explain to you why I began my journey drop-kicking roosters and fighting
Nice.
with a family dog. Nor do I have to explain to you this incredibly elaborate system of rock, paper, scissors that is combat, because the tutorial went over my head, but I've retained the knowledge non-verbally. And
Oh, I do like how they, a lot of Chinese games use this ink kind of art. Even I see it a lot in Black Myth Monkey, using ink as kind of a UI design. Very neat, very cultural.
finally, despite being, at the time of this review, a complete demigod with perfectly harmonized meridians, I can confidently tell you, I have no idea what's going on. For being the product of RNG, my first Chinaman turned out looking okay. My very first
He looks very Chinaman.
quest was to beat the shit out of wine-stealing monkeys,
Oh,
only to
no.
find out animals can be tamed. Abilities vary between animals, but
you can beat up the monkey and you can ride it. Such a good game.
for the monkey, this was begging. The monkey can beg for money, which infuriates the local beggar, as I'm taking away from his local business. In this game, beggar is a profession, and just like doctors operate clinics, beggars operate churches. I was driven away and had to...
Actually, wait. Is this game about... We have something called 丐帮. 丐帮 in Chinese means like in this kind of 武侠 setting, different groups, and you can work and learn from different group to get different kind of abilities. I'm trying to explain this from my mind. So 丐帮 is a group that you join. They're all beggars and they work with a stick, and their ability is work with a stick, and they know other beggars and they can exchange their information, and they're quite cool. In all kind of stories, this group is always quite on top. They have their name out there, the beggar group. I'm not sure though. Maybe this is a story revolve around the beggar group, which is an epic group in this story setting.
Beg downhill instead. Then I got a quest to deal with some bandits. No problem, I thought, until I saw they were two women who could kill just by breathing on me.
She seems unfathomably powerful. Then maybe don't touch her.
Luckily, my objective wasn't to defeat them, just burn down their camp. This was very easy because they took several naps while I was doing so, only stopping when I burnt down their mattress. So they left and started harassing the locals. As it turns out, one of the bandits had the charitable perk, which meant that she would rob the local store, beat up the owner, and donate all her savings directly to my monkey.
That's charitable? Like Robin Hood kind of? You rob somebody else and donate to the monkey? You are not even giving it to human charity though, okay?
I made a lot of money from the bandit monkey pipeline, and I found the constant brawls to be very entertaining, until it wasn't, and the store owner was dead on the floor. I realized I had to do something, or I was going to lose a lot more NPCs. I lured the two bandits into a non-lethal sparring competition, broke their strength, quickly rested, and jumped them again before they could recover. This bumped up my reputation, and I was offered a selection of different schools of martial arts. Naturally, I chose to join the drunken sect.
Of course, if you can play martial arts while you are drunk, why not? Literally.
Not only did I get a bunch of skills that are simple enough that even I can reliably combo, I also got informed that I had a secret admirer.
Oh, really?
Who, may I ask? Well, the person telling me, and just like that, I had a significant other.
Oh, he got a woman! Or is that a woman? I'm not sure. Oh, I hope it's a woman!
She sleeps on the floor. Sorry, honey. The bed is reserved for me and the monkey. As we lay together and pick lice out of each other's hair, our bond strengthens. Following cultivation tropes, you can attend auctions to bid on rare and expensive items. Every time someone makes a bid for an item or increases their bid, the other guests become more jealous. If you let this play out in the background in its entirety, everyone who went to the auction is now seething with hatred and will...
Why do Chinese love bidding system? We also saw this in Amazing Cultivation Simulator. There's also a bidding system in there. Wow, I see the pattern here. I see the pattern.
Try to kill every other attendee. In this game, you don't get stronger from fighting. You get stronger by connecting shapes in the right order to activate inner Kungfu. In my case, however, I got alcohol immunity. I didn't understand the value of this until I sat down for a drink and saw a small option to make a toast. I could forcibly drink someone under the table, and when they're passed out, I could kidnap their body and rob them blind.
Such a great way to be rich! Wow! You can drink them until they get... Wow! Maybe not a bad world to be living in, like isekai into this world. Maybe it's not that bad.
Just exactly what I did for the next hour, until everyone was running around in sub-zero temperatures in boxer shorts. Putting down enough normal plots lets you place special plots, such as towns. Soon as I entered, two men started bickering because one had slept with the other's wife.
Oh my god, sorry. I thought one man sleep with another man and they start bickering. My mind was paused for a second. What?
Intervened against infidelity, but a little too strongly, because he was now dead. I sat down at the bar to continue my drunken robbery when the same woman who committed adultery tried to seduce me.
Ooh, sir, the first time I saw you, I flipped. Would you consider uniting our fates? Oh, that make me blush. Uniting our fates? Oh, sure, I will. What's her profile pic? I cannot tell. Her profile pic, I cannot see how big is her boob. Very difficult. But she is a clinic manager.
Honoring my beloved, I rejected her advances.
Oh,
So
politely declined, claiming it wasn't fate. Oh no, now a final chance for you. Accept it or regret it. Aggressive movement, she wanna beat us up. Nice!
her advances. So she threatened to kill me if I said no. And she did, because she's got 12k vigor. So I reloaded and tried to beg for forgiveness. Instead, she let me off lightly by breaking my legs.
Amazing.
The irony of the situation is that she owned the town clinic and would help treat my crippling disability the next day. I lived a good life. I trained hard. And despite that, I am surrounded by sociopaths that could kill me on a whim. I hate this place. I'm gonna go
Oh no, don't hate this place. But you got a monkey and you have a wife, which I hope is a wife. At this moment, I'm still not sure.
Parkour across water. Going far north in the map is how you get captured and imprisoned. This is not a bad thing. This is how you unlock your second and third character slots. As said before, you're not meant to win on the first try. Or rather, you're not the main character. The protagonist of this story is your ancestors. Quick briefing on power levels. Everything is about vigor, which is how much punishment you can take. No matter how good you are at finessing the combat and exploiting meridians, your starting character's vigor will cap off at around 2k. So for reference, at your absolute peak, you are half as strong as a giant toad. How?
So it's about different reincarnations and life passing on under another one, and then they keep increasing in power level like that, right? I can imagine people spend a lot of time in this game then to go through those cycles.
Do we remedy this? Genetics, much like a trailer park, is much more of a gene pond than a gene pool. Your choice of partner has consequences on your child's pedigree. You need to choose the right China man or China woman to chintegrate into your lineage.
I gotta find the best woman here then. How about that clinic lady? She doesn't sound like a bad idea. She can one-punch us. She can make a good mama.
If you're the offspring of a sect leader, you're born with 2k extra vigor. That's nice, but we need to go even harder. There are many myths, many legends. In high school, we used to nipple cripple each other. If you're not familiar, that's where you grab both nipples and twist painfully. Usually...
Ow! Ow! Wow! What? I never experienced that. Who do that? Ow! Listen to that. My nipple hurts.
In the changing room when they're most vulnerable. Until one of our friends told us that's how a kid got nipple cancer. Because he got nipple crippled too often and it became a tumor. We knew the story was bullshit, but we were scared and we never did it again. Similarly, I heard tales of people hitting 30k vigor, and I think I know how. Some call it intuition. I call
it's time to reproduce.
Reading a guide on Steam. Karma are objectives you complete during life that allow you to take different blessings in the next. Our objective, pristine birthright, requires the following: 30 lovers, 30 grudges, or 1,000,000 gold.
30 lovers? Okay, I'm not gonna question it.
Is out of question, so I went with 30 grudges instead. For reference, the worst thing you can do to someone is destroying their kung fu. Understandably, beating someone so hard they forget how to move creates a lot of animosity. At first, I was non-lethal and just battled people, stole their kung fu, and locked them in a cage. This got...
In our wuxia, there are a couple of ways to lose all your power or your kung fu, I guess. One of the ways interesting is like there are rules when you study a certain road of kung fu, right? For example, rule is you cannot have sex until you finish this journey of learning this move. But if you have sex during it, everything you learned will just be gone. There are a couple ways of losing all your kung fu. It's like, I don't know why, but rules that you cannot break. There's a word called 走火入魔, run on fire and lose your demon, means like that. Yeah, something like that. That's one way to lose all your kung fu. And there are a couple other ways, or maybe while you are trying to evolve and get to newer level of your abilities, somebody break in and hurt you really bad. I think that's also possible. I've watched a lot of this kind of show or read a couple books or novel while I grew up, but don't quote on me. I'm not very professional. I just know some basic knowledges.
Problematic very quickly. I would imprison someone's mother, so their daughter would show up and start breaking the cage from outside, trying to rescue them. So I had to knock her out, put her in another cage, only to see the mother try to break out from inside to rescue her daughter. Everyone
suchly written by the game developer. The daughter know who's her mom and the mom know who's her daughter. I mean, I found that neat.
started bonding over their shared predicament, became friends, and tried to make a prison break. Eventually, it was too much, so I had to start taking heads. All I wanted was 30 enemies, but it seems now I'm going to need 30 body bags. This was a problem because I couldn't keep track of the people I killed and their relations to one another. I accidentally killed off someone's parent, only to find out their daughter had 12k vigor and was chasing me across the land. I died several times and had to reload. The only way I was going to survive was by friendship and paying the master of my sect 1,000 gold to beat the shit out of her.
Also, I realized Seth has been playing as a girl. Good taste.
I took her head, I realized, why do I even need this karma quest when I have a small army that can finish the entire game?
True.
There are no words to describe the experience of combat when your fights are stacked 20 against 1.
Nice.
Except incredibly fair. I thought I was invincible, but I flew too close to the sun. You see, slowly, over time, my army kept taking internal injuries, but their AI wouldn't let them go to a clinic for treatment, and I didn't pay attention. Suddenly, some of them died, which caused their friends to blame me for their death, which forced me
now he got a whole group to go and fight him now.
to fight them. But then they died, and my other companions attacked me. My failure cascade was out of control, and I died at the hands of my own men. I thought I was girl boss of this empire, but in truth, I was nothing but the boss baby. I looked back on the footage.
He played this game into Pokemon edition. Matchless Kungfu review Pokemon edition.
To figure out exactly where it all went wrong, and surprisingly, it wasn't inflicted injuries. No, what happened was I ate shit to see what happens, and I saw the animation, and I thought it was really funny. However, my dysentery gave me a stack of poison gas, which spreads from close contact. My army was exclusively in close contact.
Everyone is farting!
So, the cause of death, of everyone, and myself included, was my own excrement. But it turned out I made enough enemies in this life that I finished my karma quest. Pursuing Birthright gives you the single biggest power spike in the game, if you can actually use it. If I could figure it out, I'm sure you can too. In case you do this yourself, I found out I didn't actually need grudges, and I could have just marked 30 people as enemies. Turns out, force-feeding people shit, gouging out their eyes, and repeatedly breaking their legs was—
Ow, 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 I know. It sounds— ouch. Repeatedly breaks their legs, so their leg would be healing and then repeat it again and again and again. Dedications.
completely unnecessary and says a lot more about myself. My unscrupulous actions would come to haunt me for my third character as I start with ill fate, which means I'm more likely to be struck by lightning. I try to cheese the system.
Karma. They even have karma in this game. You cannot do too much bad things, or in next life, bad thing will happen to you. Oh, nice system. How fun.
By praying for rain and speedrunning life. Unfortunately, lightning only cooks you, so I tried dying to bandits. They refused to kill me as well. Instead, they put me in a cage and went to sleep. Occasionally, they would wake up and poison me before going back to sleep. This also failed to kill me. Frustrated, I ran to the Forbidden Palace, which is this game's version of a government. This is staffed by people who are referred to as an incomplete person, who are missing their precious treasure.
What's their treasure? Wait, actually, the incomplete person, the person who has lost his precious treasure, is an incomplete person. An incomplete person can join the Great Inner Guard and learn the imperfect day. Oh, I think they're trying to mimic the servant in old palace in Chinese history. All the male servant got their balls cut off. You know, they're safe in the palace and serving the empire, and all the ladies, because they don't have their balls. Is it trying to mean that? Man with no balls? Oh, referencing a lot of Chinese history then. Oh, cool.
Referred to as an incomplete person who are missing their precious treasure. This is a very Chinese way of saying they lost their penis.
They don't have okay. Different idea of what I got there. Oh, okay. Sum up. That's even worse.
Could go on to explain how dynasties thought this would prevent nobles and public officials from seizing power because they couldn't produce children. But I digress. Anyway, I set fire to the palace, and I was promptly executed. And it was all for nothing because my negative karma was still there.
Oh, no.
Also, I found out Groin Kick has a chance to permanently crush your balls. Do with this information as you will. So,
has he ever considered to do something good to cancel the negative karma, like help some old grandma or something?
I made my fourth and final character, Supreme Strong genetics. Excellent karma.
Nice.
And you know what he does with it? Nothing, because I unlocked Beast Tongue and can now tame infinite monkeys. Now, I have complete monopoly on the entire begging sector.
Amazing.
This game is undeniably early access. The translations can range from English to absolutely esoteric.
Esoteric. Okay, can we read this then? The Empire has the order. Today, the heroes are together to disturb the river and the lakes. Heaven is divided. The crack are cracked. The major forces are their own selfishness, chaos, and even difficulties in life. There are even more lingering in the river and the lakes. Killing innocent and even chaotic order of the river and the lakes. And everyone is in danger. They should use ChatGPT to translate this because I feel like I don't know what I'm reading, or maybe they use the ChatGPT to translate this. The Empire's PT from today will enter the Lord of Lords today and will re-establish the order with sorrow and blood. Yes, I need some help.
But the gameplay is so intuitive that I never felt like I was missing out.
Aww.
There is one exception to this. It's called verbal duels. And they're completely insane. This is the equivalent of an online debate, where the objective is to mentally break your opponent. Instead of vigor, you use spirit, and depleting someone's spirit will put them in hysteria. And hysteria can lead to death. This game lets you troll someone to death.
That's so funny!
Really hard to say which single event in this sandbox broke me.
And you can ride a chicken too?
The time I went to the clinic for a broken leg, only for the doctor to forcibly throw me outside because it was 1 minute past his bedtime. Or was it my wife screaming at me for having an affair? As I have
With what, the monkey?
no option to explain to her that I have no relation to this giant black serpent.
Why is it always an animal? Why is it always an animal? I have so many humans to choose from, but it's either always a monkey or a giant black serpent. Hello?
And it only holds feelings of intimacy for me because I implanted it with a love parasite. Since writing these lines, my world got flooded. I tried to swim north and got eaten by a great white shark. This came out of nowhere, so it scared the shit out of me. This was the worst jump scare I've ever had.
That's so scary. The shark eye literally have no life. It's like darkened eye.
Crinkles in my diaper and was very afraid. So I'm giving this game a 0 out of 10. In all seriousness, if you're willing to put up with a lot of bad translation and want a sandbox where you...
Even if we read any of this, like, very confusing. A nebulous essence rests from below. The two extraordinary force feels within your wife. Is it ERP? And you feel your bloodline connected? Did we have sex? Like, what am I reading?
If you're willing to put up with a lot of bad translation and want a sandbox where you can live out your power fantasy of killing everyone with your bare hands, then I thoroughly recommend it.
After some deliberation, Big Monkey decided to break your leg. I thought monkey are fun. What? No.
For the price they're asking, I definitely got my money's worth. It's pleasant, it's charming, and there's a lot to explore, but I haven't had the time to cover. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This video didn't take that long. Many of my videos take very long, and even longer as time went by. Decision paralysis corrodes every content creator. However, my autism has been cured. Thank you, Lexapro. And most of all, thank you, Allah, for your glorious blessings each day. I have a couple ads this year. I got bills to pay, but I hope to make up for it with a garbage quality you know and expect. A warm thanks to
it's not. Seth always make us laugh.
Many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
It's a good video. I enjoyed it. I always love Seth's video. I wanna watch more and more. I have so much thing on my list, and I'm sure gonna go through them all. I hope you enjoy watching this with me, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye. Mwah.